cared less about a Friday before. The recital where I will not be performing is tomorrow, so I can't think of anything else. Friday is usually such an amazing day. The last day of the week and the end of every period brings you one step closer to leaving for the weekend. But today doesn't feel that way. Going home doesn't feel much different from school. I'm always watched, accused, and judged in both places. Miss Pitts is talking about the Great Depression in 6th period social studies today. Money, more money, and how sometimes there's no money at all. Yeah, I definitely get that. Another kid in class raised her hand and says, "Isn't it true that we're in a recession right now?" Miss Pitts nods. Yes, we are. And while it's not quite as severe as the Great Depression, it has been a very tough one. My hand shoots up. Miss Pitts looks surprised to see it, so she calls on me right away. "I'm glad to see your hand up, Sam. Do you have something to share?" I get that there's a recession, I say, and most people seem to say it happened because a lot of people made bad decisions. A few heads turn to look at me, eyes and ears focused on what I have to say. Scott sits up straighter than ever before, his eyes glued to me. Nobody's used to me raising my hand and speaking up in any of my classes, much less social studies. I don't talk about history, I just beat on things. Yes, that is generally considered to be the case, Miss Pitt says. And since I still have everyone's attention, I continue, and these bad decisions, or whatever you want to call them, who is responsible for them? Miss Pitts ponders this for a moment. It's complicated, Sam. Opinions differ based on whom you ask. Some people might blame it on big banks or on the government or on lazy poor people or greedy rich people. At times it seems like they're blaming someone new every day. My mouth trembles for a moment and I almost lose my nerve. Is it our fault, Miss Pitts? Sam, I'm not sure what you mean by, would you ever blame kids for the recession? Are we the reason why some people have no money while others have disgusting amounts of it? Miss Pitts takes a deep breath. No, Sam. Kids do not cause the recession. I take a breath and get out the last part of what I have to say, what I need to say. Then why are we the ones paying for it? Why are they taking away our parks and pools and teachers and jazz bands? Why all of a sudden doesn't anybody want to pay for that? Miss Pitts folds her arms against her chest. That's an interesting question, Sam. A few kids turn away, the ones who don't have peeled their eyes open to the size of cantaloupes. I'll be a little embarrassed if I still cared what any of them thought of me. Scott's eyes are larger than anyone else's. His look is an awful mix of sadness and hope. I can't help wondering what he spent his allowance on after my dad slammed the door in his face. I'm not trying to be rude, I say. I just want someone to tell me that's supposed to be fair. Miss Pitts frowns. She looks to the floor, as if the answer to my question is hidden somewhere in the tiles. When she meets my gaze again, her eyes are tired and heavy. It's not fair, Sam, she says. It's not fair at all.